Jephthah the Gileadite. Dear friends, in today's story, we will see what happened to the 2.5 tribes of Israel who got possession on the other side of the Jordan. When God gave the Amorite kings, Sihon and Og, who lived in the east of the Jordan, over to Israel, the 2.5 tribes of Israel, the Reubenites, Gadites, and the half tribe of Manasseh, asked for the land, right? Don't you remember that after the Israelites on the west side of the Jordan possessed the land God had given them as an inheritance, the 2.5 tribes returned and made an altar as a witness that the Lord is God. We will see if those Israelites are still keeping their faith in God. It's been about 300 years since the Israelites came to the Promised Land. Like the Israelites in Canaan who had God's altar, the Israelites on the other side also forsook God. They served not only the Baals and the Ashtoreths, but they also served the gods of all the people around them. They forsook the God who helped them conquer the Gentiles and did not serve him. And God's anger burned against Israel. He sold them into the hands of the Philistines and the Ammonites. For 18 years they oppressed all the Israelites on the east side of the Jordan in Gilead, the land of the Amorites. Apart from that, they also crossed the Jordan to fight against Judah, Benjamin, and the house of Ephraim. And Israel was in great distress. When they were in distress, they cried out to the Lord like always. They admitted their sin, but this time God was not ready to listen to their cry. For some time now, they have been serving other gods, right? So God told them to cry out to those gods and let them save the Israelites. Israel, who understood that the gods they served cannot save Israel from the wrath of the true God, got rid of the foreign gods among them and served the Lord. And the Lord could no longer bear Israel's misery. At this time in Gilead from the tribe of Manasseh, there was a mighty warrior named Jephthah. His father was Gilead, but his mother was not Gilead's wife. Because of this, his brothers drove Jephthah away from his family. So Jephthah went and lived in the land of Tob. It was at this time that Israel cried out to the Lord in their distress and reconciled to God, removing the foreign gods among them. Then the Ammonites came to fight against Israel and camped at Gilead. When the Ammonites started the war, the Israelites remembered the warrior in Jephthah. The elders of Gilead went to get Jephthah from the land of Tob. Even though Jephthah did not want to go at first, later, when they said that they will make him their head if he wins the battle, Jephthah agreed to go with them. The Ammonites and Moabites who lived on the border of Canaan were the descendants of Lot. That is why, when the Israelites came out of Egypt and reached the border of Canaan, they asked their permission to pass through their land. But when they refused and came out to war against them, the Israelites moved away from them instead of attacking them. God had commanded Israel not to fight against the Moabites and Ammonites, so they had to go around them. This lengthened their journey. This is the same Ammonites that have now come to fight against Israel. Jephthah did not immediately go and fight the Ammonites. Instead, he sent messengers to the Ammonite king, asking them why they came out against Israel. He said that he wants to take back the land that Israel captured when they came out of Egypt. We know that Israel did not capture land from Moab and Ammon, nor did they take anything from them. Instead, it was the land of the Amorites they took, right? But to the Ammonite king, the truth was not a big deal. He paid no attention to the message Jephthah sent him. Then the Spirit of the Lord came upon Jephthah. He passed through Mizpah of Gilead, and from there advanced against the Ammonites. Before going, Jephthah made a vow to the Lord. He said that if the Lord gives the Ammonites into his hands, whatever comes out of the door of his house to meet him when he returns in triumph from the Ammonites will be the Lord's. Then Jephthah went over to fight the Ammonites, and the Lord gave them into his hands, and he captured 20 towns. When Jephthah returned to his home in Mizpah, his daughter came out to meet him, dancing to the sound of tambourines. She was his only child. When he saw her, his heart broke, but he wasn't ready to break the vow he made to the Lord. Even his daughter did not oppose her father's vow. After 2 months he did to her as he had vowed. Jephthah led Israel 6 years. Then Jephthah the Gileadite died and was buried in his town. After him, judges arose from Judah, Zebulun, and Ephraim to judge Israel. Yet Israel's heart was not fixed on the Lord. They again did evil in the sight of the Lord. So the Lord delivered them into the hands of the Philistines. At that time Samson was born. In the next story we will look at his birth, life, and death. God bless you.